how impactful is bodybuilding on your day-to-day life? Well, because I'm a bodybuilder, I'll share it with you.
I thought this was for me.
How impactful is your fitness goals on your day-to-day life?
The question was bodybuilding.
Well, that's because it was probably asked for me, bro.
Yeah. You go, and then I'll answer.
I think, like, look, let's be real. Bodybuilding for me is a hobby. It's not a sport. I don't monetize it. I'm never going to make a career out of it. So I do it because I love it. And it's funny, like I said to Adrian the other day, like, I'm not really, like, into bodybuilding much now for me. I'm into building my body.
Yeah.
So it's different. Like, I don't look at it like I'm going to do this to get on stage. So everything that I need to do has to be done a specific way. I'm just into, like, building more muscle, being stronger, and then sometimes stripping the body fat off to, you know, kind of look good with no clothes on.
Yeah.
You know, so it's still the same venture. It's just the lens that I look at it through is it's not comparison to someone else. Like, I'm not sitting here going like, are my fucking calves as big as my arms and blah, blah, blah. I mean, like, you know, of course you would like to put together something that you like to look at, but it's not, I'm not going to be able to go on stage. I'm not, you know, balanced enough, whatever. But when I'm taking it seriously, very immersive into your lifestyle. Eating every 3 hours, eating 40 grams of protein, probably minimum every 3 hours. That's the hardest part. Because you got to cook. You can't get that from accidentally just walking into the cupboard and going, I'll grab that. It's like, you got most of the time you're cooking meat, you're cooking fish, you're cooking eggs. Yeah. You got to have some rice with it or some starch, some veggies. Like, the eating part is like the bit where everybody fails. Yeah. And that's why they don't make the gains that, you know, they say that they can't make. It's like, you don't want to put the effort in outside the gym.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, we joke like about like, oh, I'm a bodybuilder now, shit. Like, from a training standpoint, I just like to train and I like to progress, and that at the moment that is in a more physique realm. Yeah. I'm still, like I said, one of the episodes recently, like, I've now found a way to chase progression and performance. I just do it in bodybuilding workouts that don't hurt my joints, that don't take as long.
Good place to be.
So that probably, if the question is like how much it infiltrates your life, I definitely never think about getting on stage or anything like that. Yeah. I do have a little bit of an Olympia most mornings. Just gonna have a little pose down with myself just to see what's going on.
Fucking nice. Why we lift weights?
Because I enjoy it, but 10 years ago that was a really neurotic thing. Now it's not. Yeah, which is cool. And I'm pretty objective with what I see too. It's like, you're looking a bit fluffy. It's like, because you've eaten Easter eggs every night since Easter. Like, of course you are.
Maxi Bonds.
Yeah.
Maxi Bonds.
I haven't had a Maxi Bond for ages. Don't open that carton.
Are you on the fucking paddle pops?
Not at the moment. I have been, yes. Yeah.
But I'll get the LD ones. Everyone told me.
Gave myself a bit of a reality check.
Oh.
And I was like, I put my food into my fitness pal yesterday, and I was like, oh.
Stop eating that fat fuck.
Yeah, that last meal is a protein bar. Okay. It's not a couple of rows of chocolate. Or a paddle pop or half of each.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So just pull the reins back a little bit.
I think if whoever asked that question, wants to know real,
so
intense bodybuilding. Fuck, mate. It's a full-time job.
Yeah, so I guess where I was going with that, what's interesting. So Mads was coming down for the weekend, obviously trains, tracks, like I'm a coach, whatever. My wife messaged her like, hey, we're going to have schnitzels, rice and vegetables most nights. Is that okay with you? Is that going to work with your macros? Yeah. My wife did that off her own because that's just how we live. It's like, what's the macros of the meal? How do we get the protein in? Yeah. What's the carb source? What's the overall calories? Like, we just think like that all the fucking time. Yeah. And like, you hang out with normal people.
You have disordered eating.
100%.
By definition.
So if you like go to a normal person's house and you're like, there's no protein on this.
Yeah. What are we eating for dinner?
It's just pasta with cream on it or something. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
So I think it probably infiltrates my life way more than I would probably think, because I've just been doing it for 12 years.
Yeah. It's full-time. It's a full-time job.
at the elite level.
To do
100%.
it, to do it well, even to give your best shot.
Yeah.
Like you got to eat 6 meals a day. You got to train. You got to do your cardio if it's that time. Like that's how much time.
Yeah.
Dedicated to that. There's a lot of no's. There's a lot of like I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of going and just like not eating the food or this that. Like there's a lot of sacrifices that you make but you make them because it's important to you. Yeah. I said no so many times in my 20s because I was like really trying to give this thing a red hot crack. Yeah. Probably wasn't the best at it, but I still had a good time. Still, probably those things compounded to this. I mean, and
gave you skills everywhere else in life.
Absolutely. So, it's not for the faint-hearted.
Yeah,
it is it's very immersive. It's not like I hate using the comparisons to powerlifting, but it's just like there's no other example I have because we have fucking strength athletes and that's it. Yeah. You do the task, you go home. There's a bit of nutrition and stuff, but it's not that overbearing on the outcome. Yeah. So it's going to the gym is the biggest portion of it. Yeah. Bodybuilding, you go to the gym and then you got to do your cardio and then you've got to make sure that your nutrition is nailed to the T for fucking 6 times in the day. Yeah. Yeah. That takes up way more. That's way more immersive. Like you can still go out and fucking eat with your friends and your family like 2 weeks out from comp. Yeah. Like from a powerlifting meet, there's no fucking chance.
I think there's probably a difference in the last say 8 to 12 weeks of like bodybuilder versus powerlifter. I think now as the standard gets higher and higher, if you're not, so I would look at my powerlifting career and I behaved like a bodybuilder for a lot of it. Okay. Always track my food, turn down alcohol, no late nights, all that kind of shit.
Yeah, unless you have to make weight.
Yeah, then I just ate too much.
Then
I tracked it, bro.
No, you still acted like a bodybuilder. You just acted like Jay Cutler in the office.
Correct. So I think, and then even outside of like my last prep was shit because I didn't commit to the extra rehab, the extra steps, the extra.
It's not harder, bro. Stop trying to make.
I'm not saying it's harder. Calm down. But I think it's like I don't know. These are just. There's the old thing of like the lifestyle. It becomes a lifestyle. I don't think it infiltrates and upsets my life anymore. But but if I hung out with
it's probably this is probably coming from someone who doesn't know.
And it's like, is this someone asking who is new to the gym and like is looking at us and going, fuck, like these guys, they're bodybuilders, or is it someone who's going to compete?
Well, it's probably someone who's
what
like,
am I expecting?
Yeah, and I think it's that, and it's basically like you're not going to go anywhere. Your partner's going to have to be in on it. Like, you're going to have to get to the point where, your partner's like, oh, this food has this macros in it. And it's like so much compromise for everyone around you is basically what bodybuilding is. Like compromise for you in terms of like how you live is you're compromising certain things for that particular venture. Yeah. And then there's a lot of compromise for the people that are close to you because it is a sport that is entirely about you,
Yeah. I think,
but it's worth it too. So don't let anyone say that it's not. It's fucking bad.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. So when I sort of said like, oh no, powerlifting's also hard. I think to participate in bodybuilding, you have to behave like an elite athlete anywhere else. So an elite athlete in any sport doesn't drink, watches their food, doesn't go out, says no, makes all those sacrifices, but they're elite at it. Your novice show, the first time you step up there, when you're probably still shit at it, you have to do all those things. Yeah. Which is pretty wild.
Yeah. You think you're shredded and you're not.